Hey guys, and welcome back to the NPA for week number 5's Game of the Week. We have Bradyoactiv and the Iowa Hawluchas on the bottom of your screen at 1 and 3, taking on the Beast Pokeballer Luke and the Dallas Staraptors, who sit at 3 and 0, coming off of their bye week. Brady is bringing Espeon, Blastoise, Machamp, Raikou, Registeel, and Hoopa, while Luke is bringing Galvantula, Mega Medicham, Credilli, Bisharp, Magmortar, and Donphan. So let's get right into this battle, as it's going to be an interesting one between these two teams. Brady's team is pretty good, but obviously Luke has had some really good games so far to be 3 and 0. So the lead matchup is going to be Donphan versus an Espeon. And that's an interesting matchup because obviously Espeon is something that likes to carry Magic Bounce, but in Brady's team prep, he showed that this is actually a synchronized Espeon, which I don't really know why he'd have that. I guess it's just in case for like a Thunder Wave Pokemon or something. I don't know. But Claire, or the Espeon, is going to go immediately for a Grass Knot onto Donphan. Donphan carries Sturdy. It wouldn't have KO'd it anyway. It gets it down to about maybe 3% with the crit, and Donphan goes for the knockoff in return. So the knockoff takes Espeon down to 2 HP. It was carrying a Focus Sash. So here, Brady is carrying Hidden Power Fighting on his Espeon. Unfortunately for him, because of the leftovers recovery, the Donphan is actually able to survive the Hidden Power Fighting with literally 1 HP, and that's going to take out the Espeon with a knockoff. One of the things that Donphan likes to carry is Ice Shard. There was no need for Ice Shard, I guess. So, honestly though, if it was carrying Ice Shard, that Espeon would have been dead anyway. Either way, moveset probably didn't permit that, and the Donphan takes it out, and then is going to heal itself back up a little bit, thanks to the leftover. So in comes Trident, the Blastoise. So it's going to be a Mega Blastoise, and this is an interesting situation that Brady put himself into. So he's going to Mega Evolve with Blastoise, and he's going to be able to take out this Donphan relatively easily. I mean, you just scald it away, and that Donphan is going down. If it had Ice Shard, it wouldn't have done anything. So down goes Donphan, and it's now a 5v5, and in comes Credilli. So one of the things about Credilli is, how do I put this? Credilli's a Pokemon that has Storm Drain. It's a rock and it's a grass type, but most Blastoise carry Aura Sphere, so it's still exposing itself to danger, I guess, in place of setting up Stealth Rocks. But based on Brady's team, it's Blastoise, it's Raikou, it's Hoopa, it's Registeel. Is that really worth Stealth Rocks? I mean, if you're switching out a lot, yeah, but there's no clear threat that those Stealth Rocks are going to damage. I mean, it's going to do progressive damage if he wants to switch, but you know what I mean? It's a little bit iffy to bring in Credilli with an Aura Sphering Blastoise, as the Aura Sphere comes out and it does about 65%, and Luke is going to go for the Stealth Rocks. So they're pointed and they're sticking around, as the Credilli is also carrying leftovers, but another Aura Sphere will take this thing out. And it's clear that Luke doesn't want to have any of his other Pokemon take an Aura Sphere from this Blastoise, as the Credilli goes down, and it's a 5v4, but in comes a Pokemon that I was kind of expecting to come in, Galvantula. Now, here's something that Brady is going to make a misplay on here. You'll see in a second. So he goes for the Sticky Web, and I mean, that's a pretty common move. Trident goes for a Scald, and this does 95% to the Galvantula. So this Galvantula is obviously not invested in anything except for probably speed and special attack, but it's probably carrying a Focus Sash. One of the things that Brady should have done here, instead of going for another Scald, he's carrying Rapid Spin for a reason. Rapid Spin should do about 6 to 9% to that Galvantula. It's definitely below that, because a max roll from a Scald should do about 93.7%, so that puts it in that 6% range. So it was about 7 to 9% on Rapid Spin after some calcs. I think it probably would have been best to go for the Rapid Spin here. The Thunder comes out onto the Blastoise, that cannot miss thanks to Compound Eyes. It does a lot. But the Scald will come out, and that will take out the Galvantula. Like I said, that's a moment where you rapid spin. Even if you don't take out the Galvantula per se, if you have something with priority in the back, you can take care of it in a different way, just to make sure that those stealth rocks, the sticky webs don't stick around. Either way, Bisharp is going to come in, it's going to go for a Sucker Punch, and that's going to take out the Blastoise pretty easily. So, now we're down to a 4v3 situation, and we find out that the Bisharp is indeed Life Orbed. And in comes the Registeel. So, it's shiny, it's going to take its Stealth Rock damage, but here's something that Brady overlooked. This Registeel is Light Metal. He wanted the Light Metal because he was afraid of Bisharp's Low Kick, and Low Kick in general. So he wanted that half weight for the Registeel. But, because Clear Body normally would make Sticky Webs not active, he kind of showed that he is not Clear Body in this situation, and that's a little bit telling in terms of that. I mean, probably either way you would have, but if he had got rid of the Sticky Webs, then Luke would have had no idea what this Registeel's ability was. He would assume it was Clear Body, not Light Metal. So, either way, the Bisharp is going to go for a knockoff, probably knowing that Low Kick won't do too much, and it knocks off the Chople Berry. So, Brady really wanted to make sure this Registeel didn't get damaged too heavily. It was already max, I believe max defense, but still, the Registeel goes for the superpower, and 4 times to a Bisharp. That thing is toast, and -1 attack and defense for the Registeel is enough to take out the Bisharp, and that's a huge threat to Brady's team. So it's now a 4v2, and in comes Magmortar. Nothing wants to take a Fire Blast from Magmortar. He's going to go for a Fire Blast, and that is going to take out the Registeel pretty handily. I mean, Magmortar has huge special attack. So in comes Cena, the Machamp. And Machamp is going to take some Pointed Stone damage, and he's going to get caught in the Sticky Web. I don't know if this is a no-guard. That's something that really is interesting to me. I don't know if this is a no-guard Machamp. It might be a Guts Machamp, because... right, they carry Guts. Because he's going to go for the Fire Blast onto Cena, and he's going to go for the Earthquake. And one of the moves that he had on there was Close Combat instead of Dynamic Punch. And I didn't fully understand that. I think No Guard is probably the absolute best ability to have on a Machamp no matter what. But I'm not Brady. So in comes Medicham, his final Pokemon, Luke's final Pokemon. And this battle is pretty much in favor of Brady at the moment, as Medicham will evolve. And now it's going to go... Machamp is going to go for a Bullet Punch just to try to get something off onto that Medicham. In comes the Psycho Cut, and that's going to take out the Machamp. So now Brady makes one more misplay. He actually brings in the Raikou, which... yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. When you're playing in a league that you have the amount of Pokemon matters that you have left, I probably would have brought in the Guarantee. But in comes Raikou. It's going to take some damage, and it's going to get caught in the Sticky Webs as well. It probably could have outsped if it wasn't caught in those Sticky Webs. Worth noting. High Jump Kick comes out from the Medicham. High risk, high reward type move. Down goes Raikou easily. And it's now a 1v1. In comes Hawluchas. And Hoopa's going to take damage from the Stealth Rocks. It's going to get caught in the Sticky Web, despite looking like it's floating. And in comes a Bullet Punch from the Medicham, because it doesn't have anything that can do too much to the Hawluchas. Being a Ghost and Psychic type, I guess Psycho Cut could have done something. Maybe that would have been the right move, because it did get caught in the Sticky Web. I mean, the Bullet Punch still did a lot of damage, but the Shadow Ball comes out from the Hoopa, and that will take out the Medicham, and that is your battle. So, Brady defeats the Dallas Staraptors, improving to 2-3. While the Dallas Staraptors fall for their first loss of the season, they are now 3-1. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Game of the Week. I am your analyst, Moonlight Swami, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace.